OK、パパの気付けて電話する。
Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. I took a bit of a walk on the wild side, checking out some second-hand dealers here in Hong Kong again. The usual suspects. I was a bit on a mission actually to try and locate for a fellow watch enthusiast a Jaeger-LeCoultre classic large duo face with the small seconds, the silver and black dials with the brown strap. So if one of them pops up on your radar, maybe in a dealer window or website in the coming days here in Hong Kong, please let me know at apetiquewr@gmail.com. I would really appreciate it. Anyway, many of the pictures you're going to see, you've seen them before in my watch safari. It's kind of shows us that watches are not really selling easily. And that includes as well some of the neo vintage and vintage Rolex models, you know, those trading around the 15,000 and up price, because now they are competing with the current production models, which by default somehow end up on the gray market, second-hand market straight away. So you see the prices are still very high. Skydweller above 200,000 Hong Kong dollar. The Daytonas, we're going to talk about the Daytona in this video. The precious metal ones, since that video from Hodinky, are really trading at silly prices, 50% and up from the retail price. Now the Tudor Black Bay Bronze, I've seen 6 or 7 of them in dealers' windows. There's only one boutique here. I'm not sure if these are local or overseas imports. But there you go. Even the Tudors, people don't buy them to wear them, or ADs sell them straight to dealers. It's a bit of a shame. And this is the gold version with the green accent, by the way. So yeah, prices still very high. So something interesting is that there's a lot of brand new second-hand dealers. Well, can we call them second-hand when they sell brand new stocks? Opening up, very fancy looking. I'll show you a couple of pictures later in the video. This is, by the way, the brand new Pepsi, of course, straight to second-hand market. They are at around 20,000 more, 20,000 Hong Kong dollar more than the Jubilee version, and this is the new Batman as well. So yeah, those new shops opening have somehow all the brand new stocks. How could that be? My guess here is that they are owned by the same people who own the authorized dealers, and they just funnel everything one way or another to those shops. At some point, something I think is gonna have to give. This week we had another mini scandal there on LinkedIn, the professional business. Apparently the CEO of a Dutch, not Belgian, as Paul Top said in his video, authorized dealer, a big authorized dealer, is selling stocks straight to his customers on LinkedIn at a premium. Wow, that's very nice of you. Here, let's compare the two Explorer 2s Polar dials. You can see how the old ones was a lot more elegant than the new blown up version, but to each his own. 42 millimeters if you have the wrist for it. Anyway, here we have a very nice baguette, white gold, Dead 8, and some of the GMT Masters you've seen before, they're still there. The price is not really moving. I wonder how long. I think classic dealers who've been in business for a long time, they have the stocks, they have the funding, they can weather out market movements, and they can wait out a long time for prices to come to them. But those new dealers, I'm not so sure. What I've seen a lot is precious metals, Daytonas, the green dial, the John Mayer special, we should call it. Well, this one is more like a John Player special. So the precious metal ones, including the ones on straps, and especially the Oyster Flex, those have exploded in prices, usually above 300,000 Hong Kong dollar, while the retail for those Oyster Flex yellow gold ones is around 220,000 Hong Kong dollar. This one here was the best priced one that I've seen at $269. VIP watch here, they have all brand new stocks, and there's another shop that just opened in Causeway Bay as well. Legend Success. It's yeah, very gaudy type of name, very ridiculous, and the only people who will have success, I suppose, is them, not you, if you go and pay those prices. But they have all the new ones. I mean, even the Oster Perpetuals won't sell at the shops, the regular 80s anymore. And this one, Ace Watch in Mongkok, somehow they have all the models, all the hot stuff, whether slightly used or brand new. How can that be? How can a shop open with all that stock? To me, it indicates that quite possibly it is owned by the same people who own the dealers, the authorized dealers. The Wimbledon, the one that I have now, is showing brand new 30% above the price I paid, around the retail price. You've got the two-tone Explorers, the Tiffany dial, as you can see here, at very inflated prices as well. The Pepsi is stagnating around 155,000 Hong Kong dollar. Is the one that really started the whole thing. The fear of missing out, and from the get-go was never available somehow, at least here in Hong Kong, at a shop or to a very select clientele. But now we're way beyond that. Shops want to sell directly. Authorized dealers like Emperor, for example, or Dixon sell directly to their customers at market prices. I don't know if Rolex is happy about it. It helps them sell their precious metal watches, which is always what they wanted because of the huge markup there is on those watches compared to the steel models. Imagine, same movement, but a bit markup just because there's a bit of gold on it. Now, I've counted how many of those John Mayer specials there are right now that came up in the last few days, few weeks on a carousel. I think I was at 15 or 17, and counting. You can count for yourself. I just took this little video yesterday. They're everywhere, so absolutely not rare at all. But dealers, thanks to John Mayer now and Hodinkee, are asking over 500,000. And really, it's a ton of money at retail. Nobody would have thought about paying that 2 years ago. And now somehow, supposedly, everybody is able to afford it and pay such a premium. I don't really believe it. Here's the 36mm version, which is still an interesting option, I think. What else do we have? Chocolate dial, more Daytonas. I've seen so many Daytona in the past few days, whether it's the steel or the gold, mainly the gold versions. But here you go, you have all the steels, the 116520s and the 116500. I'm still not sure whether I prefer the black or the white face. I think it made sense to pay the premium last year, but then now we are $50,000 more or in Hong Kong dollar for these. I don't think right now it makes any sense anymore. There's so many of them on the market, but I think last year, it's a low production, relatively model, very high demand. I think it still made sense to pay some premium last year. Right now, I'm not so sure. So if you did it last year, like Captain Danny, you did well. All right, more of these. And yeah, so as I said, my it's even hard to get the Datejust 126334 Wimbledon dial as the one I chose last year. Now prices are going even higher. Here's a blue dial one, still reasonable, but you don't get the Jubilee band on that one. I just let you enjoy the pictures I just took in the last 2 days. And here in Causeway Bay, brand new big Rolex shop. I really don't know what's the point anymore. I mean, even the local owners of the ADs, why would you open such a big fancy shop if you're not gonna? Well, I guess they're just selling a ladies' Datejust in gold all day. Now the new Jubilee bracelet there on the old Sky Dweller, I think it's a bit too much. That's pushing the look. Is just very flash and not very discreet. The Yachtmaster white gold, you don't see many of them Little breather here with a nice Patek 5196 and Rolex Oyster Quartz. This has a lot more charm in the end. And then something totally left field for 50,000 Hong Kong dollar. You get this Chopard, very impressive watch, beautiful, crazy dial. That's sure is gonna make an effect at the cocktail time. 50,000 is probably retails for 3 times that price. Whew, another breather here with a Zin EZM3F. I'm not well versed into Zins, but these seem to be very bulletproof. Now let's go for a few GMTs. 6542, 168,000 Hong Kong dollar. Beautiful bezel there with a yellowed numerals. Here we have 1675, I believe 128,000. This one here, definitely 1675, 118,800 Hong Kong dollar. I think it's one that I tried actually. And then if you want to go down in price, you have the blacks. You have the two tones there under 80,000. It's a more stark kind of look. But you get your GMT after all, and here you have one of the last 16710 Coke, one that I tried this one, I think 2006, very good condition with the paper. Now pretty cool this one with the colors of the Belgian flag. 79260, 45,000. That's pretty steep. Something we don't see every day. A Paul Picot. With the full calendar. I don't really know this watch all that well. 42,000. You get that vintage look if you're after something like that. And always the Tudor Submariner I think has a lot of charm, and they're still, all things considered, fairly reasonable. But not sure this one would survive a dip in the pool. Got a very cool Blancpain here, chronograph. And one watch that I find has a lot of charm here. This little Datejust two-tone 1601. I think that's quite a stunner and still reasonable. Now I bought a Porsche design by Eterna not long ago for 7,000 Hong Kong dollar, but the IWC one seemed to trade much higher in the 40s, and it's pretty much the same watch. Is Eterna that much less of a watch than the one made by IWC? I don't really think so. This is the same as I have, but this one more expensive at 12,000 and then some dollars. I think under 10 you make a reasonable deal for a cool looking watch. And here something different. Tourbillon by FP Journe, very nice. And another one of these dates, 118238, beautiful green dial in the 250,000s. Why not? But this Jaeger-LeCoultre 2 time zone here, geographic, 82,000. That's the bargain in gold. Speaking of Jaeger-LeCoultre, you find a Jaeger-LeCoultre movement, of course, probably in this Royal Oak, or maybe not. Yeah, maybe not in this calendar. I'm not sure what's in it actually. Then classic Rolex 220,000 for the. For this one, 5513. That's probably where you should start your Rolex vintage collection. Always, I think this one was really good looking. And another one here, a bit less expensive. Now I'll let you admire the following pictures. Look on the right, to the right. Some pretty cool Pepsis. This one has a spiderweb dial, as it's called. Beautiful creature. Another one here, yeah, in the early 100,000s. You can get your Pepsi going. Now I saw one of these Omegas in the wild, the Legend collection, and I have to say it's a very fetching watch. 35,000. What a cool bargain compared to the prices of the Rolex. Quite like the numerals on those 116523s. Here you have the racing dial. That price has shot up since last year. BLRO, then a bit of a cheeky picture here. Prolex, what could that be? $7,000 if you don't have the wallet to swing the $200,000 and up model as we just saw before. Now we have a trilogy here of Omega. I love the Seamaster, 48,000. It's still reasonable. One of the rare Grand Seikos that exploded in price, 92,000. Man, I had one of these in hand at the AD. I had just bought something else, so I couldn't just splurge on that day for another watch, unfortunately. But it's one of those very few, like the Peacock Grand Seikos, which has risen in price. Look at all these green bezeled Rolex in captivity. It really is that captivity, and I'm getting really interested in the root beer, the old one. I think those look cool. I like the ones with the nipple dial. And someone asked me where to find a bracelet, by the way, for GMT. There you go, in Yo Mate. I thought I would put that picture in with the rest. WMT, they make cheeky knockoffs, a bit like a Steinhardt. And funnily, right after I took that picture, Facebook picked it up in my because they scan everything on your phone and started sending me commercials for this brand on my Instagram. Big Brother is watching you. Don't forget, be careful what pictures you take. And here on the left you have a knockoff, and here on the right you have a knockout. It's your choice on the Uptick Watch Review channel. I love these old Omega Seamasters, really fantastic. Shout out to a friend of mine, Choo Choo. He's got one of those. Cool beads of rice bracelets there. Maybe I'll pick one up for one of my watches, and a vintage Seiko integrated bracelet, quite good looking. And leaving you with another stunner of watch here, full gold Rolex. And well, let me know what you think in the comments. I think this young lady there is quite happy with her Daniel Wellington. Don't we all wish we could have stopped our journey there? Bye bye, guys.